Okay.
Welcome to the show. It is a horrible show, a terrible show, absolutely the worst. You can ask anyone about it. I often ask myself about it because constant technical problems from volume being terrible last week to this week. Maybe it's too loud. If it is, turn your volume down. You probably have it too loud anyways. Well, John's not here with us today. And that's because it's his anniversary. I believe it's 7 years now.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Somewhere in that ballpark. I remember my 7th year anniversary.
We will know my 7-year anniversary here in about 2 years. So
yeah, you guys still have a few years to go. Well, we got a lot to talk about, from the One Nut Wonder all the way down to, I guess, Senator Fetterman fell just recently. So we'll go ahead and dive into it in a second. Logan's here with us in studio in John's absence.
I'm here regardless. So whether it's over a Discord call or here in studio, I'm here regardless. Let's see what's going on with illegal Mexicans.
Yeah, so first thing we got, illegal Mexican immigrant with rap sheet arrested for shooting a Border Patrol agents in Chicago raid. So this is rather interesting. Go ahead and scroll down for us. We can look at what's been going on there. From what I remember, at the beginning of the week, we had a Chicago raid by the Border Patrol there. And, well, an illegal immigrant from Mexico was arrested after he allegedly opened fire at him. But let's be honest, if they arrested him because he actually was the one shooting at him.
It's Chicago. It's a war zone over there. There's bullets flying everywhere.
Apparently it's more of a war zone now just because of that.
Let's see. The man was not identified, allegedly drove up alongside agents during an immigration raid in Chicago's Little Village neighborhood and fired a few rounds before speeding off in a Jeep.
Oh, at least he got one thing right. He chose Jeep. Let's scroll down some more to see what else the article's saying for us.
Oh.
Does it have photos?
Does that photos
Department
keep
of Homeland
going?
Security.
Oh, go back up just a second. Hey, now.
Right there.
Let's see. What do we got here? We got Chicago PD.
Yeah, Chicago PD and federal agents working basically together. I guess this is probably after the shooting is when this picture happened.
Probably. Let's see. DHS said the illegal Mexican immigrant who allegedly opened fire had prior convictions. That picture gives us nothing.
Not really.
Keep going. It's my wife behind the computer today, so I got to say, darling.
It's her first time. Well, I don't know what that laugh was about.
I have no idea.
This really comes down to the fact that we've got Trump's administration is still continuing to do the crackdown on immigration. So we're having these flare-ups. It does seem like the issue is cooling down as much. Like people in general, or the news in general, isn't quite being as inflammatory as they were about all of this. They seem to be trying to move away from it because I think they're probably realizing this is generally a popular issue.
What on earth is this picture right below?
I
hope there's a man in front of the crowd that says, "How much does an elephant weigh?"
About half a feminist.
How much does a polar bear weigh? And you got that guy behind saying enough to break the ice.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
That would be a funny troll on them. No, there was a video my wife shared to me. I am not going to punish people with that video. They dressed up in the 70s leotards doing a workout, one of the aerobic workouts, those classic workout videos, in front of an ice building. And I'm not going to play that video. I'm sorry. No one should have to see that. There's a reason why that stayed in the 70s, and it should stay there in the 70s.
Well, let's see. You got wannabe tactical guy over here with a pink bandana on. You got a guy in the back with a balaclava. Dude with looking like he just came out of Home Depot carrying a sign. And you got a frog. I don't know what the frog is doing, but...
I don't know, but he's definitely not Pepe because it doesn't look cool.
Nope. Keep on going down, darling. Let's
see
what other besides coffee and bagels.
Coffee and bagels.
Just people screaming at
Well, no, it's cops, so it'd be coffee and donuts.
Unless they're New York police officers.
Oh.
And they like bagels, from what I understand. I have no
really?
idea, though.
Yeah, as long as it's a circle with the hole, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hit over to the next tab on the next article about ICE. ICE protesters seriously hurt by rubber bullet shot to the groin. Scroll down. So I read into this article. This protester was there at a riot. Effectively, there are some people I believe.
Oh, it's an LA guy this time.
Yeah, this is LA.
Okay.
There are some people I believe they were claiming that there was no declaration of it being an unlawful gathering or whatnot. But I mean, honestly, when everyone starts getting violent all of a sudden and they have to respond, it's not very often they can just immediately shout that out. They often just respond with force.
Yeah. It's California, too. California is kind of known for protests to go riotous.
Yeah. And there's his wonderful quote, this 33-year-old demonstrator, Martin Santoyota is how I decided to pronounce his name. It sucks to sit down. Oh, really? Yeah, so he was shot in the groin by a rubber bullet that destroyed one nut and bruised the other. And in the surgery, he had to have one of them removed. So he is the one nut wonder, as in the title of the video today.
He's, we'll claim him as a Darwin Award.
I don't know if that's actually him, because
he took himself out of the gene pool.
Only halfway out of the gene pool, sadly.
The other one's bruised. It ain't going to be working at full capacity.
Not for a while. But I don't even know if that's him. If you keep scrolling down, there's another photo of a guy in a hospital bed. And he doesn't quite look the same. So I can only assume it's like...
Keep going down.
Is it this article? Yeah, keep scrolling down. I believe it was this article.
Oh, maybe not. Huh.
I know I'd seen another photo of a guy related to this article. So I don't know if that's actually the guy, or maybe he had his head shaved or something while in the hospital, which I don't know why you would have your head shaved for testicular surgery.
Making sure he's still got a brain?
Yeah, I don't know, that might have been it. They might have been doing some brain scans, make sure he's all right in the head.
Something.
So after he got hit, after I got hit, I couldn't really walk. It was I was too much in shock, and then they're still pushing me, said Santoyo. Some other protesters were trying to help me walk, but they're pushing them too. And everyone's shouting, "Yo, he just got hit, let him breathe." So the people they say were pushing them were the officers, which is not really a surprise. When a riot starts getting crazy, they start pushing people back. They start trying to quell or respond with force to see if they can get the other side to de-escalate. That's not unusual.
Yeah.
But I mean, I won't deny, getting shot in the nuts, my first response is not to obey someone telling me to move back. Your first response is to fall to the ground when you get hit in the nuts, not freaking try to get back and get away.
Double over and give me 10 minutes, please. Let me breathe.
Absolutely.
So was this an ICE protest, or was this a No Kings protest?
Looks like it was No Kings, but I mean, there's really a lot of overlap between the No Kings and the ICE protesters. It's pretty much the same group of people, just which protest is actually organized that day.
What are they complaining about this time? Kind of a thing?
Pretty much. Bystanders eventually helped Santoyo get medical attention. He was ultimately taken to the hospital where he had to undergo surgery for his injuries he sustained. But I have a bruised left testicle and my right testicle was shattered, he explained. They say that they somewhat fixed it. It should have some function, but it's still very badly damaged. Doctors did not have a time estimate for his recovery, but they told Santoyo to return in about 5 to 8 days to be seen again. No timeline on that kind of testicular injury repair or recovery, but hey, I mean, if that was the guy in the top photo, he's probably not reproducing much anyways.
Yeah. Anywho's,
Yeah, so
away from the one nut wonder here. What's the next article we got in line here?
we got another subject. This
Oh,
one John
no.
shared with me during the middle of the week. Nancy Pelosi's daughter announces run for California State Senate. So the bad news is Nancy Pelosi's daughter is getting into politics. The good news, she's staying in state level politics for now. So we have
Oh, is it state level?
Yeah, it's the state senate is what I believe.
Let's see.
Her daughter Christine Pelosi, the daughter
Run for Congress.
what?
Despite speculation, she would run for Congress. Christine Pelosi isn't running. Oh, okay, she's not running for the California State Senate.
No, she's not running. She's running for the California State Senate, not for U.S. Congress or U.S. Senate. There was speculation she would try to run for U.S. Congress or Senate, but no, she decided to go with state politics. So we have not heard the last of the Pelosi's. Nancy Pelosi retires, and her daughter Christine Pelosi steps up.
That's unfortunate. We can still follow the stock trades, though.
Not true. We can
If
still
you wanna
follow the stock trades.
If you want to make money, you can still follow the Pelosi stock trading portfolio.
Yeah, so that, that's actually really good news for a lot of investors. A lot of investors have money that's just wrapped up in making the same trades as Nancy Pelosi. So they'll still be able to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, let's get on to the next article.
There's let's see.
Or do you have something else?
That article went up on the 11th, right?
I believe so.
Veterans Day was this last week.
Yes.
Thank you to all those who have served our country.
Absolutely.
So I saw something the other day. I don't have the numbers to back it up, but it's what I heard, that we're losing triple-digit World War II veterans a day right now.
Gosh dang.
We're not. I'm going to give it another 10 years before we don't have another World War II vet.
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, what is it now? About 80 years ago?
So let's see.
It's about 80 years ago.
Yeah, 80 years ago in August was...
And all of them were at the youngest, they were in their late teens. Even the ones who lied, they're still mid to late teens to be able to join.
So you're looking, what, 90s, 100s right now?
They're all... pretty much all going to be in their 90s to 100s years old.
Yeah.
And so, we're
losing them quick.
I'm really not surprised that we're losing them fast.
Korea, too. We're losing a lot of our Korea guys right now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Korean and Vietnam guys got exposed to more chemicals and stuff, so it's not a surprise they're dying a little sooner.
Yeah, well, not Korea. Vietnam did.
Well, Vietnam, yeah. Korea...
I guess
the frigid cold of Korea helped hardy them up. Well, yeah, they're getting up there too, because that was what, 50s?
Korea was 48 to 51.
Okay, yeah, so just shortly after World War II.
So it was more of a traditional warfare.
A lot of those guys are World War II vets.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not really a surprise that's happening.
A lot of them doubled up, but there was a lot of new ones that came in too.
Yeah.
So.
So they're getting there. So
then once they're all gone, it's going to be Vietnam.
Wow, that's weird to think.
Yeah,
because I've always
they're in their 80s right now.
World War II vets all around, and now it's going to be Vietnam's the oldest hat I'm going to see not too long from now.
Yep, Vietnam guys are in their 80s right now.
Gosh dang.
So
that's insane. Yeah, definitely thank you to all the veterans out there who served.
Oh yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're getting sent over to wars that oftentimes you don't always agree with. But hey, I mean, that is the job you sign up for.
Yeah, you signed your name on the dotted line.
You do.
So, whether you're peacetime or your wartime, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's someone who didn't serve.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and transition over. Thank you again to all the veterans, and we got Trump administration to investigate No Kings protest.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what Trump's response to No Kings was.
So it's not just a No Kings protest, it's Antifa groups in general. He had called out George Soros here about him funding the No Kings, but also possibly the Open Society foundations he owns funding Antifa organizations. And we'll get into another article that lines up right with this in a little bit. But as you scroll down and look through the article, wow, yeah, there's that post there. So right here, The No Kings protests are an illustration of how divided America is right now, with millions gathering across the United States on Saturday. This was previous that big No Kings protest thing.
So this article was put out on the 20th of October, from what I understand.
Yeah, I believe so.
So organizers said nearly 7 million people attended, around 2,700 protesters in each state across the U.S. on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
International demonstrations were also seen in several European countries, including Germany, Portugal, Sweden, United Kingdom, interesting, and the Czech Republic.
Yeah, and so this is the thing about this article is older, it doesn't matter as much, but then it applies to our next article, if we'll kick over to there, where Trump actually has now declared 4 European Antifa groups as terrorists. And these aren't just random Antifa groups. These are Antifa groups who are known to have contacts inside the U.S.
So where do you want to start at?
The U.S. government has formally designated 4 European Antifa-affiliated groups as foreign terrorist organizations, marking the most sweeping action the White House has taken against the movement.
He has claimed a lot of people as terrorists since he got in.
The State Department announced on Thursday that the 4 groups would be designated as specially designated global terrorists, with plans to formally classify them as foreign terrorist organizations November 20th, 2025. So that's going to be a little bit later this month.
This week.
And go ahead and scroll down. We got a list of the, in the next paragraph, we got a list of those.
Oh,
go up.
Too far.
Too far.
Just a little bit more.
Right there.
The move. Let's see. The move targets. Is that where you want to be?
Yep. The move targets, Antifa, Ost, or however that. The informal Anarchist Federation International Revolutionary Front.
The RFI,
So we got the Antifa Ost, the RFA/RFI, and the Armed Proletarian Justice and Revolutionary Class Self-Defense.
These
the groups are from Germany, Italy, and Greece, respectively.
Okay.
So these 3 groups, the reason why this really matters in the U.S. is because these groups, there's people there who are known to have contacts in the U.S. And so when people contact these people who are now classified as terrorists, those people here in the U.S. now become subject to FISA warrants.
Oh, geez. This designation places the organizations alongside some of the administration's most severe foreign terror threats, including ISIS-K and Al-Shabaab.
Yeah. Yeah, so it classifies them up with that, but as I said, this opens up people in the U.S. who communicate with them to FISA warrants. So whether you like FISA warrants or not, I generally don't like them, but this is a tool that Trump's going to be using to take care of Antifa in the U.S.
Dive into FISA warrants. What are those for those who don't know? Myself included.
They're classified warrants, intelligence agency warrants, basically warrants really where I can't really remember how to describe them. I've had them described to me. Warrants where it involves classified investigations or classified intelligence operations.
Well, it's...
You can look it up.
FISA.
The whole process is pretty freaking sketchy. That's why I'm not a big fan of FISA warrants, but this is the route Trump's going to help take care of the Antifa problem. You're looking it up right now?
Yeah.
So...
A FISA warrant is a court order obtained by the U.S. government to conduct surveillance such as electronic wiretaps or physical searches for foreign intelligence purposes. These warrants are issued by the Secret Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, FICSC, and require the government to provide probable cause that the target is an agent to a foreign power involved in espionage, terrorism, and other illegal foreign intelligence gathering. Key aspects for a FISA warrant: purpose to gather foreign intelligence information, not primarily for criminal prosecution. Requirement for the Yeah, requirements for the warrant. The government must show probable cause to
The
believe.
requirement's a sketchy area because the thing is, the Obama administration used the FISA warrant process because of how lax it is with information to use the circular reporting of multiple news agencies where they just reported on each other, reporting on each other on something, to be able to create the Trump-Russia investigation.
Yeah.
So that's the thing too, is the whole Trump-Russia hoax came through the FISA courts, and that's the only reason it was even a thing. Is how they freaking tapped his phones. Tapped his phones. It's not really like the wire tapping back in the day, but that's how they were able to get phone records from him and whatnot. So,
he's got to provide probable cause that the target is a foreign power and agent to the foreign power, which would be your terrorist organizations. Surveillance. Good grief. Surveillance types. They can authorize various forms of surveilling, including electronic surveillance, physical searches, and the use of pen-registered and tap and trace devices. Yeah, that's really all that is. It was established in 1978 is when the first one was issued.
I didn't know it was established in 1978. As I said, I don't like the FISA warrant process.
I mean,
it makes sense why it exists. The problem, though, is it's just the FISA courts they're not really subject to being viewed, and
are they not a part of the DOJ?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. So that you can look it up, but they're not. They don't get a lot of people watching over them or any watchdogs watching them to make sure they're not taking a step too far. I mean, look at what happened with the Trump-Russia investigation. It's like the whole thing was a sham and it was shoved through the FISA courts.
Yeah.
And the FISA courts could have stopped it if they had just took a moment to start asking questions. But it seems like they're willing to rubber stamp things way too much because they can't be held accountable as easily. Does it say they're under the DOJ?
They are not.
Yeah, they're probably under Department of Homeland Security.
It's its own thing. Or no, it's a part of the judicial branch. The DOJ is a part of the executive.
Okay. So it is underneath the judicial branch, but how much overseeing happens over them is actually a good question. Because that's the thing, is all of it's going to be classified, so none of it's going to become public record. At least until it gets declassified by someone.
That's good to know. I always thought the DOJ was part of the judicial branch.
No, the DOJ is executive branch.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and hard transition over to the next article.
Man, we're bumping through these today.
We are bumping through them today. To be fair, we don't have John with us.
That's true. He's our time filler.
He is our time filler. He fills time real well. He said to say positive things, and that's a positive thing.
That is a very...
You fill time well. North Carolina DMV incorrectly registered non-citizens to vote, federal prosecutor says. The first time I saw this, I had to look it up here online for an article, because I had seen it on Facebook, and the way it was phrased was kind of unfair, where it was that they are committing voter fraud and illegally registering non-citizens.
Oof.
That's what's happening, is non-citizens were being registered, but the prosecutor themselves is saying that it was unintentional. Now it's probably more like a negligence thing is what's happening, but like this Hispanic woman living in Charlotte didn't know why a police officer and federal investigators showed up at her doorstep earlier this year to ask questions about voter registration she didn't know she had.
Does DMV register you to vote?
In a lot of states, yeah.
I was going to say, that's not how it is here, is it?
It is. When I first got my driver's license, I was registered to vote at the same time.
Huh.
Well, kind of. My voter registration was set up, but then I didn't actually register until I was 18.
Yeah.
But even then, though, I mean, typically once you get to 21 is when you get your new license. It's horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah.
So either way, but yeah, no, the DMV does register people to vote here in Utah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's a whole other question: is why should we allow the DMV to be doing it? Shouldn't it have its own separate process and government agency? But then, at that point, you're now just creating another government agency to spend money on.
Yeah.
So,
jeez.
Yeah, I know, right? In partnership with WBTV, investigators visited her home and spoke with the woman in Spanish to understand why her name had appeared in a federal prosecutor's letter to the North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles. She had no idea they reached out to her.
Until they reached out to
her. And Andres said after speaking with the woman about the registration. And, if the prosecutor's saying that they believe she didn't know, then I don't see any reason not to assume that she's innocent.
Hold on.
She's not doing this on purpose, but maybe either someone in the DMV is making a mistake or doing it on purpose.
She's legal in the U.S.
She is legally in the U.S. She's just not legal to vote.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, is she's not a U.S. citizen.
And heaven forbid the government agencies make a mistake.
That's the thing, is it could just be a simple mistake. They pressed a button when they shouldn't have, or it could be nefarious. It could just be someone registering these people to vote when they shouldn't be voting.
I have never met anyone who likes working at the DMV, nor anyone who likes going to the DMV.
Wow, so at least the feeling is mutual.
Yeah, so it's like
everyone hates the DMV, including the DMV.
If you hate your job, you're going to press a button by accident and screw somebody over like this.
Yeah, probably. No, yeah, and that's the thing too, is if they didn't look into it further, they might have arrested her for illegally registering to vote when she may not have even known.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to consider. Sometimes it's accident, sometimes it's nefarious, and it's not even on that person's fault.
Yeah,
it's someone else doing it.
Apparently, she's one of 6 that this happened to.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the question. Here's the question I have: if this was done on accident, how many are happening in other states on purpose?
Mm-hmm.
If it is happening on purpose in places.
Yeah.
If it can accidentally happen to 6 and get overlooked, I imagine it could be done intentionally. And if that's the case, that whole system process needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason it should be happening on accident, period, let alone be able to do it on purpose.
Exactly. So, I think there needs to be I don't think the DMV should do it. I know they issue a lot of state and federal IDs,
mm-hmm.
but it should be its own completely different thing that you yourself as the citizen are responsible for.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely, I can agree with that.
What happened to voter registration was done? This is going back to the 1920s, 1930s, but it was done months in advance.
Yeah. And in most states, there is a cutoff window to register and be able to participate in that election.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I believe that's still in place, but it depends on the state. There are some states where you can vote the day after you freaking register.
Yeah.
But in a lot of states, I believe that's probably the case in Utah. We'll have to look, but where there is that hard cutoff.
Which makes sense, because you got to get all your paperwork and everything in order, but...
Well, you got to get all the paperwork in order, but then also they actually have to, or at least they should check and see if you're legal to vote in the state in the first place.
Exactly. So, in my mind, it makes sense to get your voter registration done in June, July-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, primaries are in May. March. Primaries are in March, May, aren't they? Ish.
Yeah, it depends. I can't really remember.
Ish.
It depends on the state.
So if it's a voting year, get your registration done in January,
mm-hmm.
and that way you can participate in the primaries and the secondaries and.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. That's the thing. It should be done earlier rather than later, and they should take time to do it.
It should be a yearly thing. Hunting licenses, we gotta do every year.
Yeah. No, that's actually not a bad idea. If we had to register every single year for voting,
Mm-hmm.
or at least not every year, but the year prior to the election, that would automatically clean voter rolls up from people who've already passed away.
Mm-hmm.
If the whole voter roll is just deleted after the election, if you just delete and then restart, that would eliminate a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Thank you, darling. What do we got here? To register to vote in Utah, an applicant must be a citizen of the United States, a resident of Utah for at least 30 days prior to the election. I
disagree with that right there. I absolutely disagree with that right there. 30 days? No. You should be a resident of Utah for at least 18 years. 18 years before you can vote. I'm sorry. We need to extend that. 30 days I don't think is enough. We need to have people here long term.
I don't know about 18 years. I'm thinking more like 5.
I guess I'll compromise down to that. my idea with the 18 years is
make it 4. You can't vote until the next presidential one.
Yeah, maybe. The idea, with the 18 year in general, is just get a young couple from California that moves here. They have to wait 18 years, but then by then they have a kid who's 18, and so they've been able to fully integrate into Utah culture.
At that point, they're no longer you're taking their citizenship away for 18 years. At that point,
well, no, not their U.S. citizenship, just their ability to vote in Utah. They can still vote federal. I just don't want them messing up Utah. Because the thing is, you have to remember is this. You think the federal government is corrupt? Go and look at your local city government. Mm-hmm. The thing is the local governments, the state governments. There's a lot of corruption there in every single state, but they have more. They have more of an impact on your life than the federal government does, because they're closer to you, and so it's just yeah, they can come here, they can vote in federal, but when it comes to the state of Utah, I want them living in Utah for a while before they actually vote in Utah for Utah politics.
And that makes sense.
I get why you think 18 years is a little long.
It's a bit much. Maybe until the next presidential election. That way it gives you a little bit of breathe room to understand
a few years,
the culture.
So there's at least one full cycle where you see how everything works in here before you actually join. Yeah. No, I can agree with that. Just in general, the principle is not necessarily exactly how many years. It's just getting people acclimated to what Utah is like before they start making decisions.
We're just pissy because all the Californians are moving in.
Yeah.
And just screwing everything over for us.
On that note, we probably should just be no ability to vote in Utah with the California birth certificate. But
there are good people over there that are moving over.
Well, primarily because they're the ones leaving California.
Yeah, so it's just, we're just mad. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They need to remember they're refugees. They're not missionaries.
Yeah. That's the thing, is a lot of them seem to act like missionaries of California into Utah rather than refugees into Utah from California.
Yeah. So, what happened to... This Hispanic woman sucks. She shouldn't have to be put through that, but at the same time, paperwork's going to get screwed up. So.
Yeah, but luckily, though, I'm
glad they caught it, at least.
Yeah, I'm glad they caught it, because that way they can look into how to prevent it from happening. And I'm glad that the U.S. attorney, his name's Russ Ferguson there, I'm glad that he had the wherewithal to, as any attorney should have, is to fully investigate it before making a move. Because even he is saying it looks like she wasn't trying to register illegally. It was either a mistake or someone in the office that did that.
Mm-hmm. And that could be an internals thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely. Well,
it sucks, but at the same time, good on them for catching it early.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was after the election cycle too, so
caught it late for one election cycle, caught it early for the next, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we got other breaking news this week. This is going to be fun. Scroll up. I didn't scroll back up to the top of this. No, scroll up. There we go. Yeah, all the way up.
Oh.
Epstein mentioned Trump multiple times in private emails, new release shows. This is interesting.
Hold on.
This is interesting.
It's on CNN.
I know.
Your computer has viruses now.
Oh, apparently.
I mean, that's probably why it crashed last time.
Yeah, because I got CNN on here. No, it was actually the Salt Lake Tribune is probably
Both.
where I got those viruses from.
Both.
So, back up to are we at the top of the article?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jeffrey Epstein, some of his email correspondences were released. And it talked about a few things, and he mentioned Trump a couple times. We scroll down, we can see the first of the emails, if you'll scroll down for us. Right there. So this, there we go. Here's the first email. There's a few things to notice about this email. As he said here at the very top of not the very top, but the first paragraph of his email, I want you to realize the first dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Okay, so whatever the heck that means, I've got no clue. He could be using code, or he could just be making a simple metaphor like Trump hasn't barked yet.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't said anything yet.
Victim.
They say victim. This is a redaction of the victim's name, one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims' name. Spent hours at my house with Trump, or with him, referring to Trump. You want to go ahead and read? That's a little small for me. I'm a little ways away.
He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there.
Yeah. So this is interesting because this one, Democrats went on this whole rant of, oh, Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. Elon Musk was right. Trump's mentioned in the Epstein files. Well, yeah, we knew Trump was mentioned in the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. Epstein wanted to try and get everyone caught up in his business if they were rich. Because that's primarily his source of money, was probably blackmail.
Yeah.
But if you scroll down, we'll scroll down to past the articles. Not past the articles, past the emails. There we go.
One email dated April 2nd, 2011, which CNN had independently reviewed. Epstein
emailed Maxwell, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. So scroll down to that next paragraph. GOP, this is the thing, in this paragraph, CNN isn't even disputing this. GOP members of the House Oversight Committee identified the person as Virginia Giuffre. You know who Virginia Giuffre is?
No,
Giuffre?
I have not gone into any of this.
So this is the person they identified as what it said victim there.
Okay.
That is this lady. This lady, go ahead and click on that next tab.
The Google tab there?
Yep. So we can see this is about Virginia Giuffre here. She was one of the victims. As an outspoken victim of Jeffrey Epstein, Virginia Giuffre described meeting Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago resort, but did not accuse him of any sexual misconduct. Recently released emails and comments from Trump have drawn renewed scrutiny to the nature of their interactions. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit.
Giuffre, who died in 20...
Right there.
20...
So, this is kind of the bullet points of this whole thing with Virginia. In her memoir, Nobody's Girl, she wrote that she was introduced to Trump at Mar-a-Lago by her father, who was an employee there. She stated that Trump couldn't have been friendlier. So that's pretty normal for a lot of people who work there and their families, that when they do meet Trump, super, super friendly to him. Mm-hmm. And he even offered to connect her with friends who needed babysitting. So he was even hooking her up with jobs back then. Mm-hmm. Then she consistently maintained that she never saw Trump engage in inappropriate behavior and never accused him of any wrongdoing. And then, right here, in 2016 deposition, Jeffrey testified that Epstein told her that he and Trump were good friends, but she never observed them together. She also retracted a prior statement that claimed Trump had flirted with her. I just want to point that last sentence right there out. Mm-hmm. Retracted a statement that Trump was flirting with her. you probably can't count the amount of times that when a guy's just being nice, a lot of women will assume that he's flirting with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty common. So if she retracted that, I'm going to assume that she thought he was flirting, but maybe after a while thinking about it, oh, he may have just been being nice.
Just been nice, yeah.
Not realizing, sometimes there's always those cross signals that happen all the time. Well, let's go back to the other article. Back to the article, back up to those emails. I want to look at this real quick. So this is interesting. So scroll down to the next email.
That's the third one.
Scroll up then. Is it? Yes. So this email here. Up there, who it was sent to, Michael Wolff. This is a journalist, and we'll go ahead and, now that we've been here, you can read that email. We'll scroll down in a second to look at them. Effectively, what's happening here is Michael Wolff is giving Jeffrey Epstein advice, as he's a journalist, on basically how to either protect himself or use Trump to the most benefit for himself. Either to manipulate Trump in what is being said and how it's being said. Go ahead and scroll down to the next one. To basically for Jeffrey Epstein's benefit. And I can't remember if this is actually...
Geez.
What?
No, just the first sentence of that email.
Oh, this next one?
Yeah.
I think you should let him hang himself. Oh, yeah. So just... I read this one where he's saying, just let him hang himself on it, so don't say anything. And then if he says something, you can contradict it with information that you have, was the whole point. And as I had pointed out to some of my lefty friends before, if there was dirt on Trump in the Epstein files, it would have been released under Biden. They wouldn't have let that stuff sit there because they could have ended his
political career,
potential presidency, or his run for the second term, if they had been able to knock him out with that kind of information. You want to grab me a water behind you?
Yeah.
So, kind of interesting. It's really interesting how they really dug hard into this right at the very beginning, and then it kind of backfired because now we have a left-wing journalist, his own emails acknowledging that he's giving Jeffrey Epstein advice. So why are you helping a pedophile at this point?
Yep.
For one. And then the information of Trump being mentioned only backfired because it actually ends up...
helped.
It doesn't hurt or help him. It's just like, oh, we already knew this. It damns the Democrats because they're the ones who redacted the victim's name. Because the victim, Virginia, she's dead. She killed herself.
Okay.
So it's like, that's the thing, is like she's already passed away, so there's no victim you're protecting. So why would you redact this?
Yeah.
It's politically motivated, the redacting, because by redacting it, no one immediately knows who the victim is.
So was that redacted by CNN, or was that redacted when
I believe it was the Democrats who released it.
I was going to say.
In Congress who released it.
As the redacted form? I was going to say, like, that's not like CNN to redact that kind of information.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is like CNN, though, to put a filter on to make Trump look more orange than he really is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who knows? Let's go ahead and kick over to the next article now that we've beaten the dead horse into hamburger.
Oh, geez. Oh, man. I want to hear your opinions on this. I got reading into this the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, my opinion on this is that it is not comprehensive enough.
Welcome to By 15.
Utah rolls forward on statewide freeway system for bikes. Here's where the trails would go.
I mean...
I forgot to pull the map up so we have an image of the map, but there is
right
the
there.
map. It just can't be blown up. I kept trying.
Darlene, do you want to try and search for that?
Actually, looking on the Discord.
Oh, maybe. Can you
zoom in on it? I don't think so. I was struggling to figure it out. Oh, there we go. Look how stupid I am.
Well, is on a computer all day, every day. So
3,100 miles of trail.
500 of which has already been laid.
Which I'm not surprised. Just because I bet a lot of this is actually trail that already exists. Mm-hmm. The difference, though, is this is supposed to be separated from traffic. So there's areas where it already exists. They're probably going to put up barriers to make it so it's separated from traffic. And then other places where they need to build
it looks
trails.
like it's just going to follow major highways. It's just going to be offset from major highways from the looks of it. I mean, when you look down to Nephi, that follows I-15 down to Nephi, and it's going to follow that. It branches off to, like, Delta area, and then it branches off to Manti, Ephraim area, and then comes back down through 89.
If you look through these bike trails, you'll be able to go from all the way up there at the very top, from Bear Lake, all the way down to Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park.
It's supposed to connect 6 national parks, which I don't know where they got the 6th one from. And
probably a national forest.
No, they said 6 national parks.
We do have a few national parks.
We have 5 here in this. We have 5 in the state.
Is it 5, or is there a 6th one that they haven't announced yet? I guess.
We have 5. We have 5. They might be including Escalante, but that's a national. That's a state park, or like a national area.
It's a national monument, I believe. Escalante.
Mm-hmm. Escalante.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up down there, so
okay.
All the locals call it Escalante.
They all call it Escalante.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I like that. The reason I say it's not comprehensive enough is because it's primarily following major highways.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see a lot more, like over there where you get out into Vernal, I would like to see it go north and back west over through those Uinta Mountains. And the reason is that I think this is actually helpful to our emergency preparedness in Utah. Because if, say, there was a disaster that took out electronics and everything's just completely shot, you're going to get a lot of blockages in the road. There's going to be a lot of dead cars there. There's going to be a lot of, crumbling infrastructure because we're not able to go and repair it over time. And if there's a whole network of pathways and roads that is not dependent on the highway routes, it makes it easier for people to move around. Also, move around away from the larger urban areas.
Yeah.
That's the other thing why I think it's not comprehensive enough, because there's too much just focusing on where the urban areas are, and I'd like to see other routes for it as well.
All right, here we go. In total, the plan shows 3,100 miles of paths. Sorry, I've been fighting a cold all week. 500 of which has already been laid. The network should come within a mile of 95% of Utahns.
Makes sense.
95% of Utahns and over 96% of their workplaces. It would also connect up to 33 higher education campuses, 6 national parks, 25 state parks, and 74 high-capacity transit stations.
Not bad.
It's going to link up the Jordan River to Moab, and Moab to Arches.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, there are those people out there who are really, they're dedicated cyclists, long-distance cyclists. Well, this will be great for people for tourism like this.
We already have the Tour to Utah, which goes from top to bottom.
Yeah, well, this will allow for it to not take up our roads.
Finally. So it's supposed... Go back up there, darling. No, yep, not down just a little bit. Right there. The Utah Department of Transportation officials lauded the system as a solution to a variety of ills, including poor air quality, lacking access to non-car travel, and traffic congestion. The network has been in the works since lawmakers dedicated $45 million in ongoing money and $45 million in one-time funding to it in 2023. All trails in the network will be separated from traffic, making them safer and more user-friendly than simple painted bike lanes. Dang it, we can't play the whack-a-biker anymore. Oh, come on, that's the fun.
Yeah, they will. The bikers will be protected from the drivers.
We can't door the bikers anymore.
But you know what? It's separate but equal, I guess, is what it is now.
So, darling, down to Bryce, that bike lane that goes from Red Canyon all the way up to the park, I wonder if they're including that.
Possibly.
If that's
Maybe.
just going to get tied in. Because Bryce Canyon's had that park since 2012-ish.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever been down there, but
I've been Bryce Canyon.
down in like that neck of the woods.
I've been down there, but it's been a long time.
Do you remember the bike lane on the right-hand side or the
No,
south side
no,
of the
it's
road?
been way too long since I've been down there.
It looks like it. That
Yeah.
it goes all the way through the park down the Tropic
Mhm.
already, so I think they're just going to tie into that now.
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be interesting to see.
I guess the question is the 3100. It's like 500 that's already built, but is the 3100 including other pathways that are already built but need to be
Tacked
connected?
into, probably.
Or is it 3100 new miles of trail?
I think it's supposed to be already tacked on because 500's already built, and I think they're
Yeah.
using existing roadways. A lot of there's already a massive trail on 89 going from not Scipio, Salina, going from Salina down to Marysville.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's pretty much it for that news, at least.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
I do wonder how long it's going to take them to get it done.
You
It is
know-
a lot of miles. Now, it's not going to be very wide, but it is a lot of miles to pave, so we'll see how long it takes.
Just wide enough for a four-wheeler.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They are just barely wide enough for a four-wheeler. I know this because we used to use that bike trail going from my
Well, I
grandparents.
wonder if this, though, they're going to be making it wider for this.
I doubt it. Like that in itself is wide enough for two bikes to sit side by side,
Dang.
going both lanes.
That is pretty tight. I would imagine making it a little bigger. At least, like, big enough for a four-wheeler in each lane.
So you're not supposed to have motorized vehicles
Well, yeah,
on the
but
trail.
I would say at least make it that wide, because that way you could at least have a good amount of foot traffic on it without being congested.
Well, the way they've got it set down to Bryce, if I'm thinking it's the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
you've got enough room to where you can have bikes going single file on the outsides with joggers going down the middle,
Okay.
and there's plenty of room to pass.
Okay. Well, that's not terrible then.
So I say just barely enough room for a four-wheeler. We can fit a four-wheeler on a lane, I should say.
Okay.
Good grief.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad then.
It's not terrible. I know there was a lot of uproar about it when it came into Bryce, but just because of how much land it took up doing it.
Yeah. Well, I am happy
But-
to get moving on to the next article. Next article, though, just so that way we can get away from the Salt Lake Tribune.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Get the herpes off my computer.
So Fetterman took a tumble.
Yeah, apparently he took a tumble. I believe it was a heart issue, made him feel lightheaded, and then he just took a crash and face planted it. Not good. Luckily, he's doing all right. It's interesting, the article. Let's go to the next article where it talks about it on CNN. Let's get some more viruses on my computer. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman back home from hospital after fall. Let's see where it says it. What happened to him? I mean, 20 stitches later and 20 stitches later and a full recovery. I'm back with it. He's back with his wife and kids. Scroll down. I'm sorry. Where is it? Stop there. Let's see. Right there, that top paragraph. Upon evaluation, it was established he had a ventricular fibrillation flare-up that led to Senator Fetterman feeling lightheaded, falling to the ground, and hitting his face with minor injuries. I don't think 20 stitches on your head is a minor injury, because head injuries bleed so much.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't stop bleeding compared to other injuries. I would not call 20 stitches on an older man, too, on his face being minor injuries. So I think CNN needs to do a much better job with their freaking editorial department there, because I wouldn't call it major area injuries, but it is pretty serious, though. Because he also could have hit his head hard enough to get brain damage at the same time, too.
Yeah.
So it could have been a lot worse. Luckily, he's doing all right, and that's good, and we wish him the best. We certainly wish him the best on that. What you looking up? You got something?
I got some. I just put it in the Discord there.
You just popped it into the Discord?
Yep.
Does your wife know how to find it?
I don't know if she does or not.
Navigate to the bottom of the screen on your control screen, and you'll find the Discord logo on the bottom when it pops up.
There's one at the top of the screen.
You might have to go shower.
Yeah.
Let's put it.
Don't trip over that wire. That thing's keeping the stream alive.
Yeah.
Duct tape, people. Duct tape is
So
what
that's
keeps
normal.
this stream going. If you had any doubt we were doing it live, this should be your evidence now. Got it figured out? The signal. USDA. What the hell?
So, we found this morning.
Oh, okay. I thought 5,000 people dead. I'm like, wait, what? Like, okay. 5,000 dead people getting snapped. 500,000 double enrolled.
Yeah.
The question I got with this is it that other people are enrolling or re-enrolling their dead relatives to get the benefits, or is it possible the states keep them enrolled just so they can keep the federal money flowing?
I don't know. But we found this article this morning, and it was one of those like, wait a minute, what?
Holy
So,
crap!
5,000 dead people are getting SNAP benefits, and 500,000 are doubled enrolled in the program. So they're
Gosh.
getting double what they should be.
Gosh, I do know there was one thing my wife had showed me about a freaking a lady having $23,000
Yeah.
on her EBT card. Like, that's absolutely insane.
That's a career.
That is a freaking career. Like, I don't understand. I know there's one article I'd seen from my wife about this lady is getting fraud charges for SNAP fraud because she was taking her SNAP funds, buying what she needed in ingredients, and then baking goods and then reselling the goods. And so she was getting shut down and getting fraud charges pressed on her for that. Let's scroll down. Let's read this article. Let's see what's going on here.
This came out yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Secretary of the U.S. Department of Agriculture said in an interview that the department found that 500,000 people are registered twice for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, aka SNAP, benefits, while more than 5,000 deceased people have been receiving the benefits. To be fair, if you're deceased, you're probably in need of nutrition. I mean, you're probably in bad shape. You could use the nutrition. But people double enrolled. This goes right back to the main point. Is America does not have a starvation issue amongst our poor.
We have a criminal issue.
We have an obesity issue amongst our poor in the U.S.
Yup.
Some of it is excessive eating. We have a pretty big problem in the U.S. with our culture of just gorging on food, our gluttony, as you would call it. But it doesn't help that there's so much just crap in our food.
Yeah.
And hopefully some of that gets cleaned up with RFK Jr. He's already been making big moves on that.
Mm-hmm.
We believe we've talked about that in the past. Maybe not on the show, but like working on getting rid of the food dyes.
Well, I think Doritos just announced that they're going to take Red 40 out of their chips in January.
Fantastic.
We can finally eat Doritos again.
Yeah, I know, right? Without being poisoned, at least.
Yeah.
I still ate them. I just was getting poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
No, I love that poison, man.
In an interview on Tuesday with Fox News, USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins said that SNAP is one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in U.S. history, adding that 80% of people using the program are able to work. After an investigation, the Secretary said that 5,000 dead people were getting SNAP, while another 500,000 people were getting SNAP twice under the same name. They choose not to work because taxpayers are footing the bill, saying that very big announcements are coming up in the next week.
Fantastic. And for those who criticize Christians over the scrutiny of this program, saying that, oh, you're not being Christian because you're not willing to help them, it's like, well, first of all, if you actually look in the New Testament, Christ says, those who will not work shall not eat. So it's like, if you're able to work, you should not be receiving food from the tax-paying citizens.
Well, I don't think this should be a government issue. I think
It shouldn't be.
This honestly should go back to the communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your community, good grief, I can't talk, should be in charge of your homeless and hungry.
Absolutely.
It should not be a federal issue using federal tax dollars.
Yeah.
Like, the feds are really only responsible for trade and defense for the nation.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be a federal issue at all. It should be, at the very highest level, it should be state.
Yeah.
It should not be federal. And the lower you can get it, the better, because the easier it is to hold it accountable when there's problems in the system.
Yep.
And that's the thing, too, is like we don't have a problem with starving poor people in the U.S. We have a problem with fat poor people in the U.S. I believe we're the first society we know of in world history where the poor have a obesity problem, not a starvation problem.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you just look at it that way, how great is our country if our poverty issue has obesity as a problem, not starvation.
So, if you go back 100, 200 years, obesity was a rich person thing.
It didn't really exist at all, and it was a sign of you being rather wealthy if you were obese.
It was mostly like a royalty thing if it was.
And I guess that's just the decadence of society. It's gotten easier and easier and better to where it's like it's now you have to work hard to do the opposite to stay in shape.
Yep.
I mean, I've been losing weight, but it's been a freaking heck of a process to lose it, though. It takes time. It's so easy to gain it back, too, I've seen.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of time to get rid of it.
Yup. Let's see.
But that's the thing, though, too, is if it's locally, like if it's charity churches and like charity organizations and churches running it, it's a lot of the times you look at those organizations, they're not giving out money for buying food, they're giving out the food itself.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the best way to do it because, 100% of the funds is going towards food and only a tiny bit towards administration costs. And a lot of the food banks here in Utah are just all run through volunteer work.
Yeah. I've kind of got a bitter taste in my mouth for SNAP and EBT cards because when I was younger, my mom took us to Target because she was a teacher and getting school supplies. Mm-hmm. Teachers should get paid more. They shouldn't have to pay out of pocket for their own teaching supplies, but that's besides the point. We're in Target, and this mom comes in and gets 2 big boxes of hamburger, the really expensive stuff, like $45-$50 a box. Mm-hmm. Gets 2 of them, goes to the register, uses her food stamps to buy them, turns around to the returns counter, and gives them back to the returns counter and gets the cash for it.
Oh my gosh!
Like, how much of that is going on? How much of that is happening?
A lot. There is a lot of that goes on. There's people they'll buy a bunch of the food and whatnot, and then they'll turn around and sell it to people. Because even if they're selling it at a little bit of a loss in cost, they're actually able to use the money for other things rather than what EBT requires it to be used for.
So EBT, if I remember right, cannot be hot purchased food, and it has to be life or essentials.
Kind of. That's the thing is soda's approved. It's now being disapproved, but it was approved. And there are some, I believe, hot foods you can get with it. There's weird technicalities in what is classified as good to get and what isn't.
I say hot food, but that's like McDonald's, like your fast foods, and
you can't
like stuff ready to eat.
You can't use it for fast foods, but then there's ways to get around it because you can use it at different places like gas stations or whatnot, where you can get certain things that you can consume immediately for it. So it's all. There's a lot of weird technicalities of how it works. I don't know because I have done my very best to avoid
To not
even
use
touching it at all, because I just don't even want the help.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start getting the help, it starts to get too easy to just rely on it, and I
Yup.
don't even want that. I don't want to ever have to rely on it.
You want to scroll down there, darling? See, I think there's some new requirements that are going on with Snap.
I do know they were talking about new requirements. I haven't heard any news about what the new requirements are.
So it sounds like there's going to be a press release sometime this next week.
Okay.
And the new rules and regulations for Snap.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's a major improvement. They actually have to prove that they either can't work, like if they're actually disabled.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a quarterly report.
Okay.
If the rumors are true, it's going to be a quarterly report of, hey, have you been trying to get a job, or do you can you live without it or no?
Yeah. And that's the other question, is how effective is that requirement in the first place? Because I've seen it all the time where what will happen is people will apply for a job, and then that's the thing too, is they will go into the interview. They'll either not show up for the interview because they've applied and got called but just didn't show up, or they'll go into the interview and just bomb it on purpose just so they don't get hired, just so they can continue qualifying for benefits.
And you're gonna get those people regardless of what's gonna be there. But if we can take out 500,000 people getting double enrolled,
I mean, that alone, double enrolled, is insane. Like, how do you get double enrolled without actually noticing? Oh, the same person enrolled in twice. Mm-hmm. How do you not, while you're doing the enrollment process, have the system be like, oh, sorry, you're already getting benefits?
I understand maybe 100 people that just got lost in the system.
Yeah,
but 500,000.
500,000 is a lot.
Yeah,
that's not a tiny number. That's absurd. Especially when you consider some of these people are getting thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
And that's just normal, not the double.
Yeah. So,
which is disgusting, because that's more than my mortgage in many cases.
Right.
And it's like, are you absolutely serious?
Are you paying for rent with that too, or like?
No, that's the other welfare benefit. Well, if you pop into the Discord, there should be 2 other articles there that are Facebook links we can get into.
Those are church related, aren't they?
One of them is not. The other one is.
There was something else that we saw this morning, darling. What was it?
The Aurora Borealis Facebook link.
There was that one. There
we go.
Ow.
Yep, this is it right here.
There was something else.
This Aurora Borealis that happened. I had a huge fight with AI about it. I got into an argument with an AI about this Aurora Borealis because it kept lying over and over and over again, saying that no, the Aurora Borealis is normal and it's a cycle every 11 years with the sun. It's like, yes, there is a solar cycle called the solar max cycle or the sunspot cycle. Mm-hmm. Every 11 years is you get that peak where it's putting out the most amount of energy it puts out. And you get more Aurora Borealises then. The problem is, in the last 100 years, there have been about 8 or 10 Aurora Borealises that have reached as far down as places like Texas.
Yeah.
Normally it doesn't reach that far down. It's only happened about 8 or 10 times in the last 100 years. The last 5 times it's happened has only been in the last couple years. And so it's saying, the AI kept telling me, no, there's no increase in the amount of Aurora Borealises. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, there's no increase in the total number of Aurora Borealises. There is an increase in how many are going far south.
The intensity of it, yeah.
Well, they're not even that more intense. Like, this one was a Category 4, not a Category 5. And it's going further down than other Category 4 ones were because it kept lying. It kept saying in its response that this person, Ben Davidson, right there in the second paragraph, you see his name at the first of it.
Okay.
His theory relies on increased solar activity combined with a weaker magnetic field around the Earth. Mm-hmm. And then it kept saying that neither of these are true, and it's just like, well, he's actually not claiming an increase in solar activity. He's just claiming a reduction in the strength of our magnetic field around the Earth that's allowing it to come in more effectively.
Yeah.
And that's all supported by NASA and NOAA, that the magnetic field around the Earth is getting weaker. It's a known phenomenon right now.
So we're getting ready to flip polarities.
That's what it looks like. And flip is a loose term.
North to south and south to north.
That's the thing. It's a loose term.
Yeah.
We don't actually know how far it will flip and where the new north and south poles will be. Mm-hmm. So the current equator, there could be some spot in Africa that becomes the North Pole. And so the new equator is actually, if that was the case, the new equator could possibly be running through like the Arctic Circle and Antarctica, in theory. So we don't actually know, or at least maybe there might be some models on it on what they think will happen. We don't actually know the exact location of it. We could theorize that it will be just a straight swap of positions, because when you take magnets in space and you spin them, they will flip back and forth like that. But it's hard to say because that's so small, and then when you jump it up in scale, and then you have uneven, like that, magnets of very even shape, when you have very relatively uneven distributions of metals and for the magnetic field around the Earth, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is a straight swap of north to south, south to north, which means climate long term doesn't really change. We're just in a different hemisphere. But the short term, there will be a lot of chaos just because of the catastrophes that could ensue. Yeah. But as he was pointing out, we can scroll down in this. People probably had enough time to read that a little bit if they wanted to. So he lists many significant named events like the Vostok excursion 60,000 years ago, the Mono Lake event 36,000 years ago, and others with evidence scattered around the world. Going up into the article, he explains that there is evidence for these major magnetic events happening about every 6,000 years, with a bigger version occurring every 12,000 years.
Give or take.
Give or take.
They can't give you an exact,
The 12,000 year model number, though, is interesting. The reason is that 12,000 years ago, depending on how you define how old the Earth is, but the 12,000 year ago number lines up with the younger Dryas period of Earth's history, which many people who are scientists but are also believers in the Bible say that is most likely the time frame that lines up with Noah's flood. And so if that's every 12,000 years is when that happens, and that's 12,000 years ago, then we're looking at probably this is one of the more major ones that's going to happen. Yeah. And with our magnetic field weakening around the Earth, as he said, there was 8 minutes during the Aurora Borealis where it was at a peak, that the amount of energy saturating into the Earth's atmosphere at that time, if it had continued between 4 to 8 hours long, it could have started interrupting the grid in the U.S. But not just the U.S., the whole Earth, because the Aurora Borealis is worldwide. It's just you can only see it at night. So the other side of the Earth isn't seeing it. So we almost had the big one. We almost had one that actually wiped out electronics. The thing is, though, it's not... The Aurora Borealis was not a solar event that was unusual. A Category 4 is common. The problem, though, is our magnetic field is getting weaker, so even the soft punches, it's like you get punched in the arm once hard, doesn't hurt, but the next time you get hit a little softer, it hurts more than it would have if that was the first time.
Yeah.
And so our field's getting weaker, so it's not defending us from these as much as it used to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem there, at least.
Interesting.
Huh. Looks like my wife decided to join us up here. The changing of the guard. No one can see it, but it's the changing of the guard in the background right now.
Is our little one getting upset?
Uh-huh.
Hi, bud.
From
Hi.
one mom to the other mom, pretty much.
Hi, buddy.
Bye.
Sorry, my little one's off screen here. Hi.
She's excited to watch. We might have to just do in studio audiences now.
Hey, darling, what's this article you sent me?
I don't even know.
Yikes.
Okay.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I haven't looked into it. I just saw that headline and it looked creepy.
Oh well, I'm not going to cover it then. Don't.
What kind of creepy?
If you can.
It disappeared. It's on my.
So that kind of article, it's the mysterious ones that disappear.
It's
Yeah.
People magazine. So do you trust it?
No, but
Okay.
I also use CNN and the Salt Lake Tribune, so
If I can.
I already got all the viruses from CNN and Salt Lake Tribune, so let's just go ahead and get the rest of them, send it to the Discord. But we can.
Was we
What's
finished
that
up with
next
this?
one? Is that next article? Is that?
I think that's the church one.
That might be the church one. So yeah, the Aurora Borealis is pretty cool. I got a lot of images sent to me from family, at least out there in Vernal, Utah, that got to see it, where it was pretty easy to see, where you have less light pollution. I looked out here and I didn't see it initially,
It's all right, darling.
so that's just the thing, is like
I know we saw
whether or not you see it does depend on how close you are to a city, because there's a lot of times you just won't see it.
Yeah, so we saw it last year on the elk hunt.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
It was an intense red. Remember when the big one hit last October?
That actually reminds me. So the red isn't too bad either. So what he was saying is, in his interview with Tim Pool, he was talking to him about it. Is the green is pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad at all. The red's a little bit more intense, but when it gets to the pink is when it's the most intense.
So I'll put it in the
And that's the stuff that's most likely going to be the stuff that causes a grid to go down.
I'll put the picture in the
Discord?
Discord here.
Yeah, scroll down some more, babe. Show everyone his face. That's the guy. That is the guy right there we're talking about.
He looks like if Megamind was a dude. Look at that. Look at that. His head goes,
If Megamind was an actual dude.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny. So, what do you got?
I am finding the
Is it
picture.
the Aurora pictures?
Yeah.
We can look at that in a little bit while we're continuing. But we're going to go ahead and do a hard segue then out of regular news. So if you don't want to listen to any church news and stuff that's going on, we don't have much anyways.
Here, I just put them
We're going to
up.
go ahead and transition that. So, babe, if you want to go ahead and pull up that next page, that next tab, that should be it. If she got it pulled up, yes.
So I just got the pictures up before we transition, if you want.
Yeah,
They're-
you can.
They're
put
on
it
the
in
Discord.
Or Chrissy, can you pull them up in the Discord at all?
2 of them sent
Did you put them in the images or articles tab?
articles.
Articles. So just should be in Discord at the bottom of the articles.
I know it's the wrong one, but
Whatever. You working on it? Just bringing it over. Go articles. Scroll up. You're in articles. Go over. Scroll down. All the way down.
There they
There
are.
we go.
look at that.
Pull those things up all the way.
Look at that.
That is freaking awesome.
Taking on iPhone, but
Hey, that's not bad. That's freaking awesome, though.
so it was like a red
This was
pink.
last year.
Yeah, this was
during
last
the hunt.
October.
Gosh dang.
So
Yeah, I wish I could have been there with you guys. But
so yeah, that was
I was having a pretty bad time.
the article, or that was the lights last year.
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that looks awesome.
That was a year ago last month. So
Well, let's go ahead and kick out of here. Go back over to that article. All right. Our heartfelt prayers are with all those affected by the Typhoon Tino, or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Tino?
Yeah, so off in a foreign country, in a land far, far away, there's a typhoon. More than 6,200 members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints have been impacted by the typhoon, with many sustaining damage to their homes and lost property. Local church leaders have activated emergency response plans and are providing initial assistance, including food, clean drinking water, hygiene kits, and other essential supplies.
I'm going to stop you right there and go to the sentence just above that paragraph you just read.
Yeah.
We are grateful to report that all missionaries in the affected regions are safe and accounted for.
That's good.
So, my wife and her family actually have a family friend, whose son is serving in the Philippines right now.
Oh, really?
He woke up, and his house was already about chest deep in water.
Holy crap.
So, they were lucky. There was 2 or 4 of them in the house. I can't remember. They were lucky to get out with what they had on them. But
yeah, that's crazy. These things can happen fast. You don't realize how, especially in island nations like this, where they don't have much landmass to start with.
They were in bed. Like, they were sleeping when it happened.
Yeah.
It was
so what I understand, though, is the church has opened up all of its buildings in the Philippines there as little refugee centers for people to come and live in while they're waiting to get working on the cleanup. So that's good. And then, as usual, the church is sending a bunch of supplies and materials to help out, especially the food. The food and clean drinking water is the most important part. That's what's going to keep people going. But yeah, the church opened in nearly 90 meeting houses as temporary evacuation centers for affected communities, sheltering more than 7,300 individuals. So they are moving along and getting the recovery started.
That's
Go
good.
ahead and bring that to me, Christy.
Here.
Pass it to him. Not the hat, just the box. So I guess we'll transition from the church news to a little bit of vanity right here.
Was there anything else in the church news?
No, that was the only thing I had.
That was the only thing?
Mostly everything else is old. The church doesn't put out a ton of stuff.
New bishopric leader.
Oh, they announced that already.
What?
The new bishopric head.
Oh, yeah, the new head of the presiding bishopric.
Did they get it reorganized? Or do they just call a new bishop?
I mean, normally it's always reorganized anyways, but most of the time there's still like 1 or 2 people there.
I think just the president. I think that just the bishop did. I think the other 2 are still the same.
Okay.
So yeah. So, new presiding bishop. So, it is interesting to see what all he is over. So that's good news.
Yep.
I guess we'll move to the vanity now after talking about that.
All right.
Got a belt buckle.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a new belt buckle from work for the Santaquin Reach pipeline, building that pipeline that went all the way over from Spanish Fork to Santaquin, the aqueduct. Gosh dang it. Irrigation aqueduct. So Santaquin's getting tons of more irrigation water here coming next year.
I mean, that's a dinner plate, man.
It's silver, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who made it? Molly's?
Yeah, I looked them up. Their belt buckles are on sale right now for like 80-something bucks, but they're normally $200. So it's like, damn. Not a cheap belt buckle. We got a bunch of other stuff too from work. It's fun, but this, I figured that would be fun to show though.
That's a full-on dinner plate.
It pretty much is.
You need to
look at the back of it.
It's
how mirrored that is.
It's shiny.
Nice and polished. Huh?
Oh yeah.
So, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing really on my end of things.
No.
We kind of covered everything that I had.
Yeah, for the most part. No, I don't really have anything else, so I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up for the day.
We do miss John here in studio.
We do miss John here in studio. He does help fill the air.
Yeah, it was just a lot of, here's the article, Here's our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the
Yeah,
next
you and
one.
I are a little bit more straightforward.
We're to the
he
point.
has a lot of thoughts that trail, and
Yep.
it can be helpful to fill the air because we don't really. I guess it's not that our minds are empty. We just don't really talk that much. And I thought I talked a lot.
Yeah.
And I can get long-winded on stuff. I mean, look at me going right now talking about talking, seriously. But yeah. Well,
Oh, did you see that video I sent him, Max?
no.
No. So last week we started talking about my brother-in-law and how he's having to learn that language in the England.
Oh, I did see that.
In the Chuk, in the Chuk Islands.
Yeah,
Did
what
you
language is that?
That is Chukese.
Gosh damn. No, it sounded it was weird listening to him because it's like it doesn't quite sound like any other language.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can pull it up if you want.
The only language I could compare it to is that African language where the clicks are.
Mm-hmm.
Except it doesn't have clicks, but the reason I compare them is because they just don't sound like any other language.
So supposedly, it's one of the languages that is referenced from the Ewoks.
Oh, really?
So the Ewoks is its own. They had a linguist come in and create a whole new language for the Ewoks. Apparently, Chuk is one of those languages that is
that
based
the
off of.
linguist took from.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's super weird.
I didn't even know they brought a linguist into Star Wars for that, let alone that Chuk was a language, or Chukese was a language used for it.
We can pull that up and like show it off if we want, or we can just call it done for the day.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Christy might be able to look up Ewok language. Oh, man. How do you spell Chuk?
Huh.
We're fact-checking it right now, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
That was like what I was told. Like what I was told is that they used kind of.
And it could be that they had used some of it but never referenced it because it was only a tiny bit.
Yeah.
How do you spell that, the Chuk?
I will send the full.
Christy, go up there and get ready to search it as he gets it ready. As he
I
pulls
got
up how to spell it.
I gotta find it here. I can send. Let's see. No, I see. I sent it in the
Chuk language.
C. Yep.
C-U-U. C-H-U-U.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a video with someone speaking it? Let's see.
Here, I am sending the Facebook link.
Chrissy, go ahead and go to the Discord. He's got the Facebook link for it.
And so I guess it's Chukese.
Okay. Chukese.
So the Truk Islands is where he's at right now.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if they'll be able to hear this at all.
It's muted up in the top right or the
Top right of the image.
top right of the image. You see the little speaker.
Image. Top right of the image.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's.
I don't even know if they'll be able to hear that because I don't think I have the volume for this brought into
We'll try it.
brought into the OBS.
Hey, Elder Seagull. Ikidai wamos at Sipway Kaio soon Sophos. No, they would book in Mormon on book in Messiah. Sopun Wadu Walkison Ingon Me Woru Yeti.
It just sounds like he's
Hang on,
mumbling.
man.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
right?
It really sounds like he's mumbling.
We'll call that good.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird.
It is. It sounds so weird. But of course, like a lot of those languages, when it comes to the name of the Book of Mormon or the various prophets, it just uses...
It's English, yeah.
It just uses the English version because there isn't a translation for it. Scroll up. There we go.
Huh. So yeah, no. I guess it didn't have a effect in it.
Who freaking knows, right?
Yes.
Tibetan, Nepali, and other African and South Pacific languages.
South
So it's South Pacific.
Pacific, though. I mean, come on. That's basically the Philippines.
That's like Papua New Guinea and
Yeah, it's Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Indonesia. It says, oh, there's no relation, but then they say, and South Pacific languages.
so. All right. Anywho,
Yeah, so it could very well have been one of them. It just wasn't referenced by in the production process.
but I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that is really cool.
I like language study, like the different languages. I like learning a little bit here and there. So
Yeah. No, it definitely is. It is very interesting. I want to learn more languages. I would like to learn a second language, but I barely ever have time to do anything.
I'll put it this way: once you learn a second, you can learn a third pretty easy.
Yeah.
I had an MTC instructor who knew 10,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like English, Haitian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Russian, and he was learning Mandarin at the time.
Mm.
Friggin'
One of my friends, his brother served in Brazil, so he knew English growing up here, then learned Portuguese, and then he just picked up Spanish. Because those three are already so close together.
English isn't, but if you know, like Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish are all so close to each other.
And then one of the missionaries on my mission was from Brazil, came and learned English, and then just one day started speaking Spanish to the Spanish missionaries. So, gift of tongues, picked it up. Who knows what happened there? But something happened.
You know about that missionary in Hong Kong?
Huh?
Oh yeah, there was a missionary in Hong Kong,
No, what's this?
and he was struggling with the Mandarin language.
Okay.
And when a general authority came over, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was one of the 12.
Okay.
Came over and was like, "I want one of the missionaries to be my translator."
Oh boy.
Forget the translators that are like businessmen or whatever.
You wanted a missionary.
I want a missionary to be my translator.
Being translator is not easy. It's not
No. Having been a translator,
I haven't been a translator, but I had a lot of people I've talked to who've done translating, and they said it's not.
It is not easy.
It's not easy because you have to listen to one language and then think in the other.
Yeah.
And it's two wires that don't like to be crossed.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not fun in my experience. But anyway, general authority gives a phone call to the mission president. Hey, pick a missionary. Like, identify which missionary is going to be my translator. Call him. Have him ready for when I get there. Mission president, all right. Goes off into his chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Goes and prays and fasts about it. And he's like, well, I've got a missionary here who's 6 months out, but that's the one who needs to do it. Gives the missionary like a week in advance.
Oh gosh.
And that elder had been after that elder got the phone call, he did like a week-long fast for the gift of tongues to hit him.
Oh gosh.
Nothing up until the meeting started.
And then
it hit him.
He just at that point could speak, huh?
From there on, he was the go-to missionary in the mission for this language of Mandarin.
That's awesome.
Like, he was the professional.
Yeah.
It was.
Miracles happen all the time. You just don't always hear about them.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It was. That was a cool story to hear when I was out and about.
That is pretty awesome.
So, anywho, I believe that was everything that we had, wasn't it?
That's everything I have. Yeah. I don't have any other topics for us to talk about. For the most part, we've wrapped it up.
So, do you want to close it out?
I'll go ahead and close it out.
I don't know how to close this out. This is kind of your baby.
No, it's all right. There was screaming children, so my wife stepped out, but now she just stepped back in, so I am back. So thank you for watching. If you hate us, well, comment, because I know I like hate anyway. So you can do that. We got Logan here, Beard, Brass, and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
All the links and stuff should be in the description. So